Hello, it is Monday, September 24th, 2012 at 4:03 p.m. Central Time. I want to talk to you about some strange happenings we have going on here near Morehead City, North Carolina. You can see it right here on the national map. Let's take a closer look here. Oops. This was about an hour ago. You can see this really strange wave. It kind of looks like the snake clouds that I did some videos on quite a while back, but I don't think it's the same thing. We also have some little clouds going this way. I'll do a closer look here. Here's the visible, and this is interesting in that it's about the last 24-hour period. Let's see, September 24th through 19th. Yeah, it's 24 hours, so you can see that most of these are blank, and it's not necessarily nighttime because, let's go frame by frame here. We're starting at 20 UTC on September 23rd, and then right here, at 21:15, it goes blank, and that, if I did my calculation right, that's, where did I write it down? 5 p.m. Eastern time last night. And then you can see nothing. And then at 18:31 on September 24th, it comes back. And I don't really see, well, then it goes blank again, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. But it appears, well, let's go and look at the national map. Oh, don't I have that? I thought I had it. Here it is. Nope. Oh, I overwrote it. Well, let me load that while we talk about some other things, because the regional one has all the frames. So it's just when you get close up into this area that we don't. Well, that's going to take a minute to load because I can't make this not stop reloading. I finally got the other ones not to do it, but when I do it, things slow up quite a bit. And as you can see, it is loading here. While that's loading, let's talk about HARP, the magnetometer. It finally is back on after, probably a week not being on at all, and I can see that it is updating itself also. It refreshes every 5 minutes because we had some weird happenings, but I can't talk about them now because they're gone. Isn't that interesting? In any case, let's talk about Arkansas momentarily. You can see right here we have a longitudinal wave, what I call a longitudinal wave signature, and that's at 18:15 Universal Time on September 24th. And it basically goes through that Morehead City area of North Carolina and goes down to the Salton Sea, which if I can ever get this other one to load, we can look at that. Yeah, there it is. So we'll start the load going here. Well, we went visible. All right, so go back to this while that's loading. And I'm going to start this. It's going way too fast. Hopefully it hasn't been reloading itself also. I'm going to click through because I want to show you. I'm going to come up here in a minute, hopefully. No? Now they can't just disappear. I loaded this, maybe half hour ago. It looks like it is. Nope, there it goes. There it is. Right here. See this little white dot? I always find these quite curious. It must be an explosion of some sort. When I turn on the county map, it is right here, which is, you can go on Google Earth and look, and I can give you the coordinates for it, but that's Peckerwood Lake in Arkansas. And then I'm zooming, and that happened at 2 Universal Time on September 24th. And then Peckerwood Lake is also part of the big La Grue Bayou, which I didn't know we had bayous in Arkansas, but I suppose that would make total sense. And here's another one. This is a smaller one at 3:30 Universal Time, September 24th, and that's at Lake Ouachita, Ouachita. So that's like about 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And then what's interesting is, remember, one's about here and one's about here. In the morning, we have weather patterns right over that whole area. So I'm going to get rid of the counties here so you can see, and we'll just let it run through. And then the longitudinal wave signature comes up right after that. Here's what I call the little thing too. I find it interesting that it's like an overlap that you can switch back and forth or something, but it's all along the Mississippi River here and the New Madrid, and it goes down to New Orleans too. I just find it kind of interesting that it happens to be right in that area of all the action. So going back to, here we go, let me slow it down. You can see that you can see some action going on. Let's see, is that last night? Let me scroll it up here. Yep, right, last night. And there's the longitudinal wave signature. And I'll slow it down once we get there. Oh, backwards. Forwards. Right here at 1815. So it's coming down south of the Morehead City area through northern Texas. And here's that system over Arkansas and directed right at the Salton Sea. Here's the Salton Sea right here. And then also this little area south of Arizona that keeps having plumes coming forth. I think I overwrote that. Yeah. It actually, I looked at the one from yesterday and it looks more like an explosion than a plume. Just the way it rises up and then drifts off. But anyway, and let me zoom in here a little closer too so you can see this. Because it's showing up here and then it changes color. And that is because I think this is the point where the little flapper thing goes. I could be wrong about that. Let's start it. I don't think it shows up on here. But you can watch the weather pattern going through. And also we have these clouds rising up in Mexico, which is a daily occurrence recently. Now going back to here, hopefully it's running good. Let's slow it down a little bit. We've got all kinds of action here at Morehead City. And this is a 24-hour period. Let's see, it starts at about 22 Universal Time on the 23rd and ends about 1920, 23rd. So it's about a 12-hour period. Orientated here. Here you can see it starts getting some activity. And then it turns into these, I don't know, it looks like almost like it's being shot out, but I've seen them before on rotational, and then here comes that interesting spray. And we're going to stop it too because we have some more action going on up in here. Get to the point where I can get to the controls. Okay, I don't know if you saw it there, but right here we have something rising up that's up in the 40 dBz, and I found it on the map, and it is right here. When you look at the county and then you go up between these two little inlets, and it's right here, and it's a whole sewer system type, I don't know. And you know, I can't count the number of times that things seem to originate from these type of areas, and I just kind of always wrote them off as not being anything. But now that I thought about the Salton Sea and all the pollutants that are in there, I don't see why someone couldn't rise up the chemicals that were in here. I mean, they do control what are in these ponds, and it is moisture. So, you know, I don't know. It's right between Edward and Aurora, North Carolina. And then also, this isn't the area, right here is where that rises up, but right in here you've got this whole industrial complex of, well, around me, the things they're using to add frequencies in my home is they're using blowers on different industrial type machines and stuff, and certainly there is all kinds of that right in this area. We also have trains, train tracks, trains, all these utility companies. I always wondered about monopoly, why the utility companies were worth so much, but I think I know now why. Drive very good sometimes. Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you right in here, this whole section of, I'm not sure what this is. I'll put a link to that too, or the coordinates on Google Earth that you can go right to it. And then how you do that is you, let's say I gotta turn my view, turn my sidebar on. You just copy what I put in and you paste it in here, and then you hit this and it'll go find it. So going back to this, I'm gonna go frame by frame. Whoops, yeah, it's gonna reload. Right after the point where you get that hot spot, it rises up to one of those little bubble or donuts that I've also shown on videos that usually happen more down in the Austin area. And then after that, hopefully this doesn't take too long here, but I'm going to sit through it. And maybe we can talk about the pieces of it as they come up. You'll see some, it must be airplanes that take off right from this area here where this spit is, where this opening is, or it appears to take off from there. And there it goes up this way, and there's another one that flies up here. And then the, that whole wavy thing comes out from about this area. Let me shut off some of these other things, maybe it'll load faster. I really don't have that much running, it shouldn't be taking this long. This is useless. Well, and we'll go back to this now. It's about halfway there. And what else did I have to show you? Well, we can look at this closer. And here's one of those little spots that I was talking about. See right up in here? Here, that spit continues down in through here. One of them actually, well, here's two smaller spots here. So maybe there's some military base there and that's aircraft, I don't know. I'm going back to this. Here, now you can see that bubble. I want to slow it down, but I don't want to keep it from loading. So you can see that whole, this thing appears, then this rises up, and then here the shrapnel goes. I don't know why I called it that. Anyway, there goes that bubble right there. I have to wait for it to come around again now. Oop, too fast. Okay, right here. See it rising up? Donut shape. Now I've got the terminator beam coming through. I assume that is maybe, let's see, let's look what time that is. That's at 10:59 Universal Time on the 24th. And that equates to, let's see, that's about 11. That's about 6 a.m. So that would be the terminator beam that comes out as the terminator line passes through. So this donut is rising up right at that same time. And we also have this thing continuing on. See it right here? It's a line coming out of the Doppler. And it's in line. And it's running down the coast is what it's doing. And get back up here to my controls. Kind of clicking through and watching at the same time. Sorry, this is so, oh, now I hit that magnetometer by mistake. Look at that. Anyway, you'll see. Don't do it, don't do it. There we go, it's all right. There we go. Going back. See right here? Watch forward. See, there's two of them. Well, actually, there's a third here. Coming back. and then going out again. And then right after that is where this, and you can see I'm going backwards now. It doesn't seem to be one point of origination. Some of it's coming from here and some of it's coming from here. See? And then it just swirls out. So anyway, there you have it. I'm sorry that took so long. I wish there was a way to not to get this thing to reload, and maybe I'll find it anyway. So God bless you. Have a good rest of the night.